Welcome to this training, which will allow you to demystify the difference between down and synthetic insulation in clothing for your customers. Sometimes they may be perplexed by the technical jargon used by various manufacturers in terms of insulation and ask themselves questions. Depending on the weather in which the garment will be worn, which is preferable between down or synthetic? What are they designed for? What are the advantages and disadvantages of one over the other? So many questions for which you must have the right answer. Let's start with down. What is it? It is a layer underneath the feathers of waterfowl that protects them from the cold. Unlike feathers, down is made up of several filaments that grow in all directions. You should also know that all products made of down also have some feathers. Normally, the ratio is 90% down and 10% feathers. That said, down is the lightest insulation on the market. At the same time, it is bulky, which allows it to trap air in tiny pockets that create a barrier against the cold by returning heat to the body. It can compress and regain its volume easily. The more it can expand, the more air pockets there are, and the more effective its insulation. Fill power is the heat insulating capacity of down and is expressed in cubic inches per ounce. Numbers ranging from 550 to 900 found on down jackets are the measurements used. This determines the volume of the down and its ability to regain its volume when compressed. The higher the number, the more quality, lightweight, and compressible the down. This measurement, however, only gives partial information about the warmth of the product. It will all depend on the amount of down used. If all jackets contained only 1 ounce of down, then it would be safe to say that a 700 fill jacket is warmer than a 550 fill jacket. But since jackets contain more than an ounce of down, the reverse could also be true. Let's look at the following example. Our first jacket is a 550 fill, which contains 100 grams of down. Our second jacket is a 700 fill, which contains only 60 grams of down. At first glance, we would be tempted to say that the 700 fill jacket would be warmer. But since the 550 fill jacket contains more down, this one is warmer. For customers who might be concerned about the treatment of birds that provide their down, an ethical standard for responsible down has been put in place. Originally created by the North Face, the RDS, Responsible Down Standard, is a global certification and now independent. The RDS ensures the traceability of the down used by more and more brands that subscribe to it. By following the fiber process throughout the production chain, it can ensure that the birds that provided feathers and down have been treated well, that each goose or duck has lived a stable life, free of pain or stress, and has not been force-fed. In addition, it ensures that the resulting down is a byproduct of the food industry and prohibits animals from being plucked alive. Now let's see the advantages and disadvantages of down. Its lightness and its insulating capacity mean that down has an excellent weight-temperature ratio. This ensures a higher level of warmth and comfort. Very compressible, it takes up less space in the luggage. If properly maintained, it's very durable and longevity will be hard to beat. On the other hand, it loses its properties if it gets wet because the feathers can clump together and lose their insulating and lofting properties. It will therefore be less warm if it is humid. That's why most downs today are treated with a durable water repellent, DWR, to help it resist water. If it is wet, it takes longer to dry. It requires more frequent maintenance than synthetic to keep its durability. A down jacket will also be more expensive to buy. Finally, it is possible that feathers or down can come out of the fabric. Note that this does not affect the insulation of the jacket. When this happens, you shouldn't pull on the feather or down, but rather push them back inside the jacket. For all these reasons, a down jacket is ideal when the weather is cold and dry. It will be at its best for travel, hiking, waiting for the bus, and urban walking. It can also be worn between physical activities. Now on to synthetic insulation. It is mainly made of polyester or recycled polyester materials that consist of durable filaments that vary in size and lengths, arranged in a tight pattern in such a way as to form small pockets that can trap air and retain heat. When it comes to the benefits, synthetic insulation is moisture resistant and dries quickly. Plus, even when wet, it retains heat. Hypoallergenic, it is less expensive than down. It is also easier to maintain while being stronger and more resistant. On the other hand, it's generally heavier than down and less compressible. It is therefore bulkier and can be more difficult to carry in luggage. Synthetic insulation is also less durable than down and allows for less definition in the fit of the jacket. A jacket with synthetic insulation will be ideal for wet weather and can be used for more intense physical activities such as skiing, snowshoeing, snowboarding, or brisk walking. The most popular technologies in synthetic insulation are Primaloft and Thinsulate, designed to adapt to the needs of customers no matter what the activity. Primaloft, often used by the North Face for their thermal ball insulation and by Helly Hansen for their Leafaloft, is distinguished by its ultrafine microfibers that mimic the softness of down. On the other hand, Thinsulate has a reputation for being the perfect insulation for thin garments, but the warmest available. Several companies are also developing their own technological patents, such as Columbia with OmniHeat or Arc'teryx with Coraloft. Note, however, that Coraloft is mainly found in their Atom series, which serves as an intermediate layer in the multi-layer system. In recent years, some companies have had the idea of combining the two types of insulation in order to find a balance between their strengths and weaknesses. Such is the case with Columbia's Turbo Down, which combines a layer of synthetic OmniHeat insulation with a layer of down, resulting in a jacket that combines breathability, lightness, and warmth. Arc'teryx, on the other hand, uses Coraloft technology that positions synthetic insulation in areas most prone to moisture, such as the collar, hood, cuffs, and underarms. The core of the jacket and sleeves are filled with down. No matter the activity your customer undertakes, if they are well advised on their jacket's insulation, they will be able to keep warm, be comfortable, and fully enjoy winter.